typically more of a galloping, more of a energetic approach. And so the typical on the reel would be guitar player doing something like maybe if I had a pick, it'd be a little easier. So it'd be quite active, and the melody would be, for example, like. The tempo isn't necessarily faster, but since I'm playing 4 notes on every footstep, it sounds faster. So it's more active, and that tends to give a feeling of energy to the dancers, and so that would be one approach to the reels. There are other approaches. I was playing a sample earlier with this. That one, which was kind of going for the backbeat, not unlike, let's say, a rock drummer's rhythm with which would be the hi-hat effect, and guitar players will do that same thing. They'll go like that kind of effect. Except I'm not a guitar player, so it's hard for me to show that. But, so typically the reels are for faster music, and they can get really quite raucous. For example, when there's some foot percussion that comes in with the musicians, where we would be doing that kind of idea, and we would be doing a melody such as. Very, very boisterous. Well, now I'd like to show what happens when we combine the jig and the reel in the same dance. And this is kind of a little bit of a party trick. I try not to do it maybe more than once per evening, and it's easy to do. It always gets an effect, but then if you do it more than once or maybe twice in an evening, it's just like, oh, that's a cheap trick. But it can be really, really exciting. I do enjoy doing it that once per evening. So then, let's see, I'll do the B2 part of a jig in A, and then I'll go into a reel in A. And so that would sound like this. B2 of the jig into the start of the reel. I just played in that case, the A1 of that reel, just to show. So all of a sudden it feels like, oh, there's a lot of activity there. And that can be really fun if the dancers really are quite comfortable with the maneuvers that they've been taught, and they've been running over it 3 or 4, 5, a bunch of times. And it's feeling like, oh, that's pretty relaxed, and then all of a sudden you jump into the reel, and it kind of like all of a sudden revs the whole dance up, and that can be a lot of fun.